everybody, and welcome to another Spooktober Shorts episode of We Watch Shudder. Two of them left, today and tomorrow. My name's JD, and who's here with me?
It's Michelle. Also, two of them left today and tomorrow. We're the same.
We got, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us through all of Spooktober. If you've done so, if you're just joining us for the first time with this episode, weird choice, but thank you. We normally watch Shudder movies. That's why it's called We Watch Shudder. But we do bonus episodes every day in October because we're crazy and gluttons for punishment. And today we're doing another episode on more, not one, not two, but in fact 3 different shorts. Michelle, what the heck is going on today?
Well, we got a request from John Humphreys on Facebook in order to do a music video that he recommended for one of the short suggestions. And then you went, hey, that's cool. There's a music video I was thinking of. And then you messaged me and asked if we could do this. And I went, sweet, because there's a music video I had in mind. So we had 3 music videos, and today is Music Day.
Yeah, today we are looking at music videos and how they cross over into horror and spooky and all that good stuff. 3 videos. What we're gonna be links, obviously, if you want to go watch them before we talk about them here, because we're just gonna do spoilery stuff right away. This is your only spoiler warning. Links in the episode description if you want to go watch those videos. Let me put it to you this way: there are 3 video links on there, and 2 of these videos are so fucked up that YouTube refuses to host them. And surprise, we love you, John Humphreys, but it was not yours. Yours is the one that's on YouTube. Michelle's and mine, oh, you can't do that stuff on YouTube. But we'll talk about it here. First one that we're talking about, John Humphreys, he sent us a great email. He's like, hey, would you consider a music video a short film? And I said, you're god dang right we would, John. Especially because you bothered to take the time to contact us and interact. Thank you very much. What is the music video that he asked us to watch, Michelle?
The one that he wanted us to watch was Morbid Effigy by Frozen Soul.
Yes, Frozen Soul is the band, and Morbid Effigy is the song. I think, if memory serves, this goes back to 2013, I think, is when this was released. No, wait, just earlier this year, I guess. Okay, that explains it. I thought it said 2013, and this says 2023. This is a brand new video.
Confused. I was like, oh, they re-uploaded it? Okay.
Yeah, this is a brand new video that just came out earlier this year. That's super cool. You want to give a breakdown of the video, Michelle?
Yeah, it's Christmas time. Everybody's happy. Everybody's having a good time. Especially this guy who's opening his presents. JK, he's not opening his presents. He's opening a person, but maybe the person is his presents. And then he builds a snowman. Do you want to build a snowman? This guy does, except his snowman is a man. Instead of being made of snow, it's made of person. And then he sees his neighbors. His neighbor's like, holy shit, I'm going to post about this on Nextdoor. And they start running back to their computer. And then the guy chases and says, hell no, lady. And that's the end. I'm on the Nextdoor app. And this is the kind of thing like, there would be a lady being like, oh, did you see the man that's outside? I'm really offended by that. And everyone's like, why didn't you call the cops? That's basically
yeah. Yeah, that's the gist of this video. If you're not familiar with Frozen Soul, this is very much a modern death metal kind of thing. I believe I saw members of the band. I know for sure one of them was wearing a Mortician shirt. That's classic awesome. Just very almost caveman kind of death metal. And I think one of the other ones was wearing a Carcass t-shirt, and that's super cool because I love Carcass as well. But yeah, so it's, whether or not death metal is your thing, I mean, who can say for sure? But this video is, I actually really liked this. I thought it was very cleverly done. even down to the fact that when he goes and opens the closet where all the Christmas decorations are, they have the Christmas tree wrapped in plastic. So that when they get down to him and they reveal that, like, oh, no, he's not holding a big candy cane. He's actually holding an axe. And then he goes and you see there's a corpse wrapped in plastic on the floor. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's it's very great attention to detail. Some of the parallels were great. The way they allude to what's going on, and then you see him pulling the Christmas lights out of the box, and you know exactly what that's. And then it just gets more and more aggressive. And then the next thing you know, he's like pulling these eyes out, and that's the mistletoe. And the snowman thing just went crazier than I ever expected it to. Like, I saw him cutting the nose off, and I was like, oh, he's going to go put a real human nose on a snowman. And then it's not even fucking winter. Like, it's not even remotely Christmas. No, this was a wild ride. I watched it twice. I thought it was really fucking great. I appreciate John for sending this one out to us. It's a wonderful little 3.5-minute journey.
I really like the video. I do have a question about the music.
Okay.
And I know you are going to think that I'm joking. I'm not. Do you actually know what they're saying in these songs?
Sometimes. It's definitely a thing that you need to develop an ear for, and once you have some experience with it, you can start to decode it. There are certain bands and certain types of music where they go out of their way, obviously, to be as guttural and indecipherable as possible, to the extent that I personally believe there are some of these vocalists who are not actually they'll give you a lyrics sheet, but I think they're not actually saying those words. I think they're hitting the major vowel sounds but just sort of giving almost an interpretive performance of those words in a lot of ways. But yeah, sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't. This is one that I wasn't able to. I did have to pull up the lyrics because I wanted to see how the lyrics might relate to the video as well. It turns out it's not really a song about Christmas at all.
What's surprising?
Yeah,
Because
I know.
I thought you would be like, oh, God damn it, Michelle. But I'm glad that it's not just me because I don't listen to very much heavy metal or death metal or anything metal, aluminum, nothing. Just don't. And a big part of it is because I never know what they're saying. It's the ones where I do understand the lyrics, even if they're completely unrelated to the music video,
Sure.
that I tend to like a lot more. So this, I had to just kind of zone out when it came to the actual music. And as an actual video, I really liked the video. I thought it was
Yeah, it's
fun. I
dope.
thought the two sides of the guy were done very well, and like how he's still just so happy, but happy in different ways.
Right.
I thought that was really, really good. And like you said, lots of foreshadowing so that we knew what was coming. Made me laugh in a very weird way. So yeah, I
sure.
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
was a fan.
I think it's fair to say that there was definitely this was horror comedy, especially in the moment where he's outside making the meat man and the music just cuts out and the lady just fucking screams from across the street. It's such a sudden shift from the music to just like pastoral outdoor meat man building, and then this was a lot of fun.
It did
John
make me
Humphreys. Great,
Very
great suggestion here. Thanks for sending it our way. And then, as Michelle said, when John Humphreys said it's this metal music video that I think you guys will enjoy as a short horror film, it immediately made me think of another music video, because this music video goes back quite a ways. I'm not entirely certain. Maybe this is the one that was originally released in 2013. But this music video pops into mind for me anytime somebody mentions music videos in the context of horror films, because this is one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen in my life. This music video was so aggressive that nobody would host it. It was actually originally hosted and distributed online by Bloody Disgusting. Maybe it was Dread Central, but I think it was Bloody Disgusting. They hosted and allowed you to stream this video for a long time. It's available on Vimeo now. Like I said, links in the comments. I had seen this video several times before. I'm assuming, Michelle, this is the first time you ever saw it. The band is Cattle Decapitation, which is a fantastic fucking band name. Cattle Decapitation. And the song, and I'm going to let this sit with you after I say it for just a moment. The song is called Forced Gender Reassignment. Michelle.
Yeah.
What did you think of Forced Gender Reassignment by Cattle Decapitation, the music video?
Well, I have had an idea in my head of what this was going to be ever since you told me the title, and I've been hesitating to watch it because I was very, very worried that this would get into trans rights, and this would be like a world where they are forcing gender reassignment on people for that reason. I was very worried that this was going to be that. I was so scared. And then I find out my summary of this video very quickly is that it's Westboro Baptist Church people now having forced gender reassignment on them.
Yeah.
And somehow I'm more okay with that. And I went, oh, so this is who's getting it done to them. Oh, thank God. But then as it went on, I went, what the fuck? And JD, you are never allowed to tell me that I have a fucked up sense of good movies. This is one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen in my life.
I just said the same thing not 2 minutes ago, Michelle. I
know, but I'm saying, like, I might like brutal films like The Sadness. You like forced gender reassignment. The song, not the actual act.
I don't believe I ever said I liked it, Michelle.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming.
I do.
Do you like it? Yeah.
I do, but only for the reason that you mentioned there.
Yes.
This video, and we'll talk about it in just a moment, this video is brutal. But what you need to understand about a band called Cattle Decapitation, who released a song and a music video called Forced Gender Reassignment on an album called Monolith of Inhumanity, is extreme leftist grind death metal. Cattle Decapitation, well known as vehement animal rights activists. That's like, there's a sort of irony in the name. They, in fact, Cattle Decapitation played a show here in Fargo one time, and I watched their bassist get into a huge argument with a drunk person because the drunk person didn't know who they were talking to, started talking shit about vegans. And, of course, everybody in Cattle Decapitation is like, it's a very politically forward, we have ideals and we're trying to push them kind of band, but also in that very horrific death metal grindcore kind of way. And, yeah, so that's... like, this is a bunch of Westboro Baptist Church, God hates F-words types of protesters, the kind of people who would try to put you through conversion therapy and things like that. And this is definitely disturbed, but I think a very fitting fantasy of what you might like to do to some of these people every now and then.
Oh, this is a fitting fantasy for you? That's not scary at all. Oh, no.
I mean, this video takes torture porn to a new level. They basically, these people kidnap a few people from this Westboro Baptist Church protest. They got a man and a woman, and they cut the dude's genitals off. And you see this dude's just hanging dong the whole movie. I actually saw a behind-the-scenes thing where the guys who did the effects on this talk about how weird it is to have a package delivered to your door one day that has a lifelike flaccid penis inside of it. And that, just the whole weirdness. So, like, but...
I also shop at Adam and Eve.
Yeah, they... They cut his genitalia off and they attach it to her, and they split his parts
staples.
open and fold them. Like like I don't. I'm certain it's not medically accurate to actual gender reassignment
None of these
surgery
people are
in any
doctors.
way. No.
None of these. This is not recommended by medical
No.
professionals. If you were
And
considering
then-
trying this, disclaimer: don't.
Yeah, and it's fucked up, right? It's violent. It's full frontal nudity, both men and women. There's a shot of the dude removing a thing from inside of a lady's part, and I'm pretty sure it's like I don't think there's any special effects there. I'm pretty sure we saw exactly what we think we saw. And then
It was a tampon. The word that he can't say in this forced gender reassignment video, the thing that he is like, we can't get into that, is that a tampon came out of her body. That was the tamest thing to happen
it was
for
gross.
the entire 5 minutes. The entire 5 minutes.
No,
That was the
I
tame thing.
think what makes it so off-putting to me is the idea that like this actually happened. Like, look, I'm not dumb. I know they didn't actually cut this dude's dick off and staple it to his girlfriend. Like, I know they didn't do that.
Depressing.
But and then just when you think you've seen everything, they remind you that there was this
forgot.
there's this dude earlier in the video who was down on his hands and knees with some real gross mess going on in his butthole crack area. And then you see this tortury gimp dude fires up like a two-head dong, like from Requiem for a Dream. And first of all, lubricates it with his own saliva in his mouth. Real fucking gross. Starts going to town on this dude in the back door. And then, as if you haven't seen enough already, he pulls out a power drill. And I'm thinking, oh, he's going to put this dildo on this power drill and really get at this guy. What does he put on the power drill, Michelle?
Quick comment. I'm so glad that this was not in HD. Very glad this was a much older video. Because because of the visibility, I did not quite see what went on the end, and I'm real glad about that. 'Cause
It
I know
was
what
a
it did.
hunting arrow.
Okay.
It was a
See,
hunting
that-
arrow with a diamond-shaped arrowhead, which is then inserted into this dude on the
Yep.
end of a power drill.
Yep.
And they proceed to show you up close and personal an inside view of this thing ripping his guts to shreds. What
Yep.
the fuck? This is... I don't know if it's over, because, I mean, I've seen some fucked up things, right? But this is high on the list of what the fuck. It's definitely the most fucking graphic and violent music video I've ever seen.
Still less depressing than Speak No Evil.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's not, well, it's not, as far as I'm concerned, it's not depressing at all. It's fucking depraved, but I don't know about depressing. I mean, again.
Good point. Good
What I
point.
also love about
guess-
this is not
Yeah.
just all the crazy violence, but then the moment at the end where like these people have then been let go and they're just wandering through a field, apparently going home or what? Like, what are they gonna do with their lives at this point? Like, I don't know. It's just like there's just like an extra level of fucked up, but. Yeah, the moment anybody says, oh, I saw this crazy music video, this is the first thing that will come to mind for me for the rest of my life. I will be Alzheimer's ridden in a nursing home, and somebody will say fucked up music video, and I'll say, oh, gender reassignment. It'll be crazy.
Sure, Grandpa. Great. There are very few comments on the Vimeo for this video, probably because a lot of people have not wound up here. How did we wind up here? Who knows? But I do need to tell you 2 of the 7
John
comments.
Humphreys
One of
did
them, yeah, that's true. But so one of the comments is, "Guy sliced that man's private parts off."
Yup, he sure did.
He just watched his whole video, felt compelled to comment, and could not say any of the phrases for any form of genitalia. That man's private parts. And then the
Wow.
other one, so funny how there's just a random hot dogs in her vagina, like WTF. The people who wound up on this video are just as confused as I am.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are the comments.
it's
This was
just
a thing.
savage. It's a thing we watched.
Oh,
You
it
can
is
watch it
savage.
too. Link in the comments. And then, like I said, I was like, hey, John Humphreys, or like Michelle said, excuse me. It's like John Humphreys said he wants us to do this music video, and it made me think of another music video. Are there any music videos you know of that are kind of crazy horrific that might fit in here for a trilogy? And no hesitation whatsoever, because of course there wasn't. Michelle said, yeah, absolutely. Let me go try and find it. What is it, Michelle?
It was Panic at the Disco's I Write Sins Not Tragedy.
I will
but then
fucking leave this
JD was like,
podcast right now. God
he
damn
was
it.
like, no, that's a little too brutal. I don't think our listeners will be able to get into that, even if we prep them with cattle decapitation. They can't handle that much panic in a
Look,
dancing
all I'm
area.
saying is, I mean, have you seen that guy? There's no way whatsoever he walked in and shouted something about haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? That is a non-confrontational dude. He
Okay.
slunk back to his room and was just like, why is it always going to be so noisy all the time?
Whoa, we don't talk shit about Brendan Urie on this podcast.
Oh, was that his name? I thought his name was
I'm
Panic.
a huge Panic fan. Of course I am. I have massive anxiety. So the music
Probably
video
like
that I
Fall Out
actually
Boy,
came back
too.
with, I have tickets, like front row tickets for the Fall Out Boy concert in April.
It's fine.
And it's the first time I have paid that much money for a show. And I'm
People
so
are
fucking
allowed to
excited.
like things I hate. It's fine.
You know what? The band members are all dads now. I'm not going to have a lot more
That's gross.
opportunities. I'm going to this one.
That's gross.
Oh, that they found
Ugh.
love?
No,
Yeah,
that
it's
they
disgusting.
were allowed to reproduce. Not because of
Who
who
said
they
that
are,
they
just
did?
because human reproduction is. Anyway,
Oh,
What's
that's
the mu-
fair. That's fair.
what's the music video we're talking about, Michelle? Before this gets even
Fantasy.
weirder.
I picked a thing and then I didn't look up how to say these things. So it's Fantasy by capital D, lowercase y, capital E. I don't know if that's die or DYE. When I Googled how do you say die, it just kept saying like to dye clothes and it did not help me. And specifically, there was an animation done by, I'm so sorry in advance, Jeremy Perrin is how I'm going to say it as American. But I have a feeling that it's very wrong because he's French and they have a much better way of saying things. But yeah, it is specifically their animation of Fantasy by DYE, Die, Yai, whatever it might be. I love this, and I forgot to look up how to pronounce any of it.
Well,
So,
I tell you what, I was
that's
just
what we
doing a
did.
little quick Googling while you were talking
Yeah.
there, and as it turns out, the Wikipedia doesn't tell you how to pronounce it either. So
Yeah,
who
I told
fucking
you.
knows? So French
Okay,
fella.
so then I did attempt to do research, but it didn't work out that well. Yeah. So quick recap of what happens in this.
Animated
bunch of-
video.
Yes, animated. Very different, not death metal. This kind of shows some of the differences between JD and I, because the first two are death metal, heavy metal. We're not going to get into what kind of metal it is. I don't know. I will be honest. So some type of metal, and then I'm like, hey, you want to listen to some chill beats to an animated video that goes fucking crazy? We have different styles. Yours is like cut the dick off in 5 seconds. Mine's like, no, let's wait a minute. Let's just be in this chill space for a while these crazy cats are having a great time. So yeah, some kids, you know what? I can't say kids. Let's say some 18 plus people who just happen to look young, because I will be very upset if they are under 18. So we're going to say college age kids. Oh, that's still kids. Anyway, college aged humans, adults, consenting adults, break into a pool and they're having a great time and they're doing what young people do, which is getting freaky a little bit, but not quite, because all of a sudden, oh dear God, now they've been transformed into body horror creatures. And one of them has a tentacle coming out of their genitals. Was that forced gender reassignment? I don't know. I didn't pay as much attention to the previous video as I should have, so that I would know how to classify this one. And they're coming after the lady, and the lady's like, oh no. And then another guy gets attached to the other guy, and everybody's just a big squelchy mess. The end.
Everybody's just a big squelchy mess.
So good.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at
I
all.
love this music video.
I
Really
love this as well. Is obviously again just from the simple fact of being animated, totally different from what we saw in the other two. I look, I love if there's two things that I love, it's incredible violent splatter and fucking crazy Lovecraft shit. And anytime things go wild, body horror, and people start growing limbs and appendages where they shouldn't be, and bodies start melting or otherwise merging together in ways, man, that's gonna be good fucking time. And this just like you're sitting there the whole time, like you know something is off here and something is gonna happen, but when it happens, it's not at all what I was expecting to happen. It was fucking madness, and and then not only does it go from like a crazy fucking like anime reminiscent body horror thing, but then the lady's trying to get away, and she swims down to the bottom of the pool, and as it turns out, the bottom of the pool is a portal to the bottom of another mirror pool, and then so she goes through and swims up to the top. And now she's in like a fucking weird hell dimension with a giant Cthulhu monster, and the simple fact that it crosses her vision causes her brain to explode in her head and her eyeballs fucking explode. Yeah, this was not what I was expecting. To be fair, I don't know what I was expecting, if anything. I just had this curiosity of like, what is Michelle putting me on here? Because it starts out so innocent and so plain Jane. And by the end of it, people's heads are exploding from the simple act of seeing a giant Cthulhu monster, which is more or less exactly how Lovecraft said it would happen. So, fuck, man, that video was rad.
I do think it's kind of funny that you had the opportunity to hear about this music video in the context of this is a horror thing that I want to watch. I did not. I stumbled across this on the internet late one night. I don't even remember how. I do remember just listening to a cool song and watching a music video before I went, what the fuck? I had no idea that this was going into horror territory. And I think that's why it made such a big impact on me, because I was like, what is happening? Before that, I was just watching like a cool animation, and I figured there would be like some sort of story where they're all happy in the pool and seeing crazy colors, like they did acid or something. I thought it was going to be just like a good time. Oh man, no idea. But it's still so good, even when you do know what's coming, because it had been a while since I saw it. And so getting to rewatch it, I was like, oh yeah, the big Cthulhu guy at the end. And oh yeah, her brain explodes.
Her
And oh yeah,
fucking
that's
head
like an
exploded.
earthworm coming out of her body. That's upsetting.
Yeah,
It's
it
so
was
good. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's like, oh, this guy was, just sending his hand south of the border, and next thing you know, his whole fucking arm is a weird worm creature that's just attached to her vulva now. It's fucking
Moral
wild.
of the lesson, wait until marriage. Otherwise, you're going to get taken by a Cthulhu creature.
Yeah,
That's what those women are going to trick you into doing.
Yeah. Makes you wonder at the end of the day which was the worse fate, the weird arm attached to the vulva or the head exploding Cthulhu thing.
The head exploding seems like it would go by fast.
Yeah,
At least.
probably. Yeah.
And I think I'd want a quick end. All of what is going on.
Look, guys, I think ultimately what we've discovered here is, first of all, music videos can, and it's so wild how they have become over the years, this really great outlet for a lot of creativity. Michel Gondry, I think of often with music videos. He did that Lego animated White Stripes video and a couple of others. And then he went on to make awesome movies like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and the one with Jack Black and that other dude where they make remakes of movies on VHS where they shoot them themselves. Be Kind Rewind,
Kind
it might be
Rewind?
called. I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
I think Be Kind Rewind.
He did the Where the Wild Things Are film. He's done a lot of crazy stuff.
Aw.
But
That's a good movie.
also, there you can get away with some crazy shit in music videos, and there are some fucked up music videos out there for a variety of different kinds of music. So, if you guys have a favorite fucked up music video that you would like to share with us, please go right ahead and do that.
I always just want fucked up things in my inbox.
Yeah.
Not dicks. Please, I've had enough of those. I
Right.
don't need more dicks. I do need more fucked up music videos.
Yeah,
Like, if it's not your dick, it's a dick in a music video, that's fine. Don't
Right.
just send me like a "what up, baby" picture. I'm so tired. I want to see fucked up music videos,
we
not
want
your genitals
fucked up music
wanna see
video
them
dick,
cut off
not just your dick.
or something. Exactly.
Unless, as it
Which
turns,
does not mean film your dick and put music behind it and then send it to me. Also unacceptable.
but I was gonna say, if you just happen to have already made a sick music video that you happen to be hanging dong in,
True.
go ahead, that'd be fine. But
If the
Don't
video
go-
was created
go-
with the intention of sending it to me, it's wrong.
don't go making a music video just to hang dong. Hang dong is I was listening to another
Hang dong.
podcast. I don't even remember exactly which one it was, but I heard somebody use that. They were talking about that movie Men, and they used the phrase "hang dong," and it's just been
Hang dong.
stuck in my head ever since. It's just hanging dong.
I do like to think that there's at least one person out there that was like, "Oh shit, they don't want to see a picture of a video of my penis with my heart will go on playing." Oh well,
And
I'm
then
glad that they told me that. I was confused.
And then not only have I been fixated on the hilarious, I don't know why, there's just something funny about the consonants of it and the rhythms. But I think also a big part of why I've been just giggling over the phrase "hanging dong" is because within a couple of moments of hearing it, I also immediately started singing it to the tune of the New Kids on the Block song "Hangin' Tough." And that's a music video I want to see, is the New Kids on the Block video for "Hangin' Dong." I think that would be a good music video.
It's the sixth Twilight Saga movie. After Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2, you got Hanging Dawn
Twilight Hanging
Part
Dong.
1 of 1.
Oh, well, we've probably it's almost 3:00 in the morning where we are, and
Yeah,
we
it
still
is.
have another episode to record, guys. Thank you for joining us for Music Video Day. Again, if you know any wild music videos, share them with us, share them with our friends. Get us on them social medias. Anything else we need to mention here today?
Thank you for sticking around. We appreciate you, and I hope you have a great day
You guys
Or
are
night.
awesome.
or week.
Say goodnight, Michelle.
Good night, Michelle.
We Watch Shudder is a production of Rat Factory Media, your home for all of today's Rat Factoryist podcasts. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests of We Watch Shudder are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Rat Factory Media. But wait, aren't Rat Factory Media and We Watch Shudder the same people? Shut your cake hole, Charlie. Nobody asked you. We Watch Shudder is available free on all major podcast platforms, and the easiest way to support We Watch Shudder is also free. Just leave a rating and review on your platform of choice. Merge your consciousness with ours on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We're at We Watch Shudder on all those social media platforms. Or find us the old-fashioned way, on the web at WeWatchShudder.com or by email at mail@WeWatchShudder.com. Heck, you can even leave us a voicemail at 701-566-9510. No, seriously, 701-566-9510. Try it if you dare.